Hello, welcome to Z Gadget Review. So the LG Wing was finally unveiled to everyone, and I do have some things to say about it. So as you saw in my previous video, which you can see up here, the LG Wing is two screens that flip to make the phone into a T-shape phone. So they unveiled what the phone does, what the capabilities are, what the features are, and the way they're trying to sell the phone. So it's using a bunch of YouTubers on why you should buy this phone, why this phone is so great. And I just I just don't understand. I don't understand when companies have a marketing department that misses the mark so much on why a phone should be a phone that people should buy. Right? This is a phone they're trying to market to the general public. It's not a niche phone. It's not a phone that they're saying, "Hey, we only want these people to buy it." Like the red phone, the red camera phone. If you don't remember what it was total failure. This is a picture of what it looks like. Um, but that phone was targeted to people who create content, who film, who use their camera mostly to make videos. So what's the idea of that phone? That was a niche phone. The market was a small group of people. LG isn't making phones for a small group of people. LG is making phones for the general people because they don't have a cell phone market. So they have to make a phone that everybody can buy, that everybody will use. So they come up with this cool idea of a phone that you flip and make it into a T. You have technically a full screen on the top, this part, and then the bottom part of it is just half of it is another screen that you can use for different things. Now, some of the examples that they give to use the phone is if you are in the middle of using your phone to navigate, right? You're using your phone to as a GPS, so you're using Google Maps. What they say, the example they gave. Well, before I go to that, let's begin with most cars nowadays have a GPS system in the car, right? I personally don't have a GPS system in my car, so I can understand that. But I can use Android Auto on my car. I just plug my phone to my USB port, and then I can use Android Auto and use navigation through my screen dashboard that way. Many people do that. Now, let's go with the people that don't have the capability. Their car does not have a USB port or navigation screen, which is a lot of people. I used to have a car like that until like a year ago. I get it. I use just my phone and the maps on my phone. But I don't remember ever having the issue where I'm in the middle of a phone call or I'm in the middle of using the maps and someone calls me and then I lose completely my way to navigate with my phone. The maps will usually become smaller while you're on the phone call, or you minimize the call and it becomes a little circle, and then you use the maps to continue doing what you are doing. So using that as a feature on why having a second screen, because it will be a second screen example they give is you have the maps open in one and then the other screen you can use for phone calls or messaging or anything like that. Why that is a selling point, I don't know. To me, it isn't. If I was in the market to buy a phone, that wouldn't be something that will sell me on the phone. But that, I will think, for the general public, is not a sellable, feature. Then they go to the cameras, and okay, you're right. Cameras are an important thing. Everybody uses cameras for pictures, videos, and all these things. But the thing that they focus on when it comes to the camera is that the phone has a gimbal. And if you're not familiar with what a gimbal is, this little video will explain it to you. So the gimbal feature on a phone, as cool as it might be, it isn't a sellable feature for most people because most people don't know what a gimbal is. I have never ever heard someone take a video of their kids or their pets and be like, you know what will make this video great? If I had a gimbal in hand to use with my phone while I'm taking this video. No one has ever said that. Not one person who takes a video has ever been like, I wish I had a gimbal with me so I could have taken this video that way. Because the example that they give is now that the gimbal is included on the phone, you don't have to worry about carrying a gimbal. Guess what? If you are carrying a gimbal with you, you're doing a shoot. You're doing something specific that requires you to carry that gimbal because most people don't walk around with a gimbal in their pocket. Again, that being a sellable feature, it doesn't make sense. Like, and so you have all these YouTubers who are trying to sell you the phone, explaining all these features that they themselves wouldn't use, that they themselves, okay, you know what, given benefit of the doubt, maybe will use. But those people are content makers. That's what they do. They take videos and pictures for work. That's their job. So to pretend that these are features that the common average person needs or wants or is looking for or has thought of at some point in their lives, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I would love to see the marketing meeting for this and like try to figure out how do we sell a phone that's T-shaped and tell people why they should buy it. Why don't you focus on the features that people actually will use, that is important? A gimbal is not important. A gimbal is not, it's a cool feature. Oh, sorry, you're right. You can edit videos on the phone. Because guess what? You have two screens. Yeah, the main screen on top and the bottom screen at the bottom. So you use your top screen as your video feed and you do your editing at the bottom. Who edits video on their phone? Like, who does that? Do I want to cut a couple of frames out of a video that I want to post on Instagram? Sure. But you know what? You can do that on your Instagram app, and it takes you 2 seconds because you're not going to do a production of a video on your phone because the phone isn't capable of doing that. But again, that's another feature that they're trying to sell people on. Would that be something that I will use? I will probably use it. I've edited. I have a couple of different editing apps on my phone where I edit like videos, but really quick things. I cannot go and do a whole project on a cell phone because it just will take too long. The pinching and there's not enough real estate to do that. So to pretend that this is again something that the average person is out there looking for, it just doesn't make sense. So, and it sounds like I'm hating on LG, but I'm just very peeved by how they're trying to market a cell phone to the general public by using features that the general public isn't looking for. All right, so I'm talking to Gretchen, who's my girlfriend. Do you know what a gimbal is?
A gimbal?
Gimbal.
Gimbal? Obviously not if I'm asking you what it is.
A gimbal. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. Hold on. I do
have. Something that holds something.
I do have an accent, so it's GIMBLE.
A gimbal. No, I would assume like it's something that holds something.
Okay. So how many times have you taken a video or a picture and you were like, "Oh, I wish I had a gimbal with me to do that"?
Never.
Would a phone that sold you that had that as a feature, would that be something that will sell you on buying the phone?
No, I don't. No, they wouldn't.
Okay, so have you ever edited any videos on your phone?
Like to post to Instagram, I've shortened things, but that's about it.
But you do it on the Instagram app, right? You don't have a special app that you use to
correct,
to edit videos.
Yeah, no, I don't do any video editing on my telephone. Okay. I'm sorry, my mobile phone.
Oh, whatever. So she's saying that because she calls it a telephone, and it's not a telephone, it's a cell phone. But anyway, So I called my sister because I wanted to ask her too, within my little research sample that I'm doing. So, do you know what a gimbal is?
No.
So, if I told you that I had a phone that had a gimbal included on the camera, was that something that will make you buy that phone?
Yes.
You will buy. Okay, so I was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it depends how much it costs.
But is it like a feature that will make you buy it, or something, or will they have to be more just just besides that?
There would have to be more besides that, yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't think that would be like the make or break kind of deal, you know?
Okay. So my other question is, if you are able to edit video, I don't know, have you ever edited any video on your phone?
No.
I don't know. So
I mean, as far as I've gone on editing it, it's basically like making it shorter or longer. That's
exactly, this phone that has a gimbal on it had a feature where you could go and edit your video on the second screen. Is that something that will interest you?
yeah, I would.
Okay. So see, we
Yeah,
have
and I
a
think
buyer.
that's the thing though. Like most phones don't have
Uh-huh.
editing things, so you have to like download apps. And I don't really know what app to download. And then I try downloading some, and it's not really what I'm looking for. So yeah, if it was right there on my phone, yeah,
All right.
I think that's worth it.
Cool. Okay. So this is my brother. He has an Instagram page, so he does do content. Hey, if you had a phone that, do you know what a gimbal is?
I think so. Is that you put your phone on and it doesn't move as you walk or something?
Yes. Okay. So if you had a phone that had that, is that something that will interest you?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. And I know you do like little videos and stuff that you put on Instagram. If you could edit your videos on the phone, then is that something that will interest you too, right?
Yeah, for sure. It will make it so much easier.
Yeah, because I mean, you're the target audience for this phone. But the problem is that you use an iPhone, so you're never gonna get that. Wah wah wah. All right. So first question is, do you know what a gimbal is?
A gimbal?
Gimbal.
No.
GIMBLE.
Oh, gimbal?
Yeah.
Gimbal? I think it's like a drink, right? Like a mixed drink?
No, it's not. Okay. So if you had a phone that offer you that, is that something that you will buy?
A phone that offered that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I am a little biased because I am somebody that really likes, I like there to be a good camera on my phone.
Okay.
Something I'm picky about.
All right. So if it has a good camera and it has that feature, that's something that will interest you then.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. And then, have you ever edited any videos on your phone?
Yeah, but nothing too extreme. Mostly just cutting clips or like adding like frames or something.
Okay.
To the video.
So then, but if you had a phone then that offer you those features, is it something that you will buy?
Yeah, if it had a good editing capability. The current editing capability on my Samsung Galaxy, it doesn't have too much in terms of video editing.
Okay. So those features will be something that will actually push you to buy the phone, or is it something that it will be cool to have, but it's not necessarily something that will make you buy it?
Would be cool to have, but I wouldn't harp on it too much. So it wouldn't necessarily push me to buy the phone unless I already liked and had some interest in the phone.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yes. All right, cool. That's all. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Let's go into the good things that LG is doing on this phone that I think are pretty cool. I have used LG phones. Like I said, this is being shot on an LG V30. I used to have the LG V20. The LG V10 was one of the coolest phones that they ever made. It was all black. It looked very rugged. It was a really cool looking phone. And then they kind of got away from that, and and changed the form factor of the LGV series. So then they went with the LGV 20, which was all glass, if I remember correctly. It just looked more like other phones. Then the LGV 30, which is the one I'm using right now, it just looked like other phones. It's just bigger, but all glass. So that part of their innovation when it came to the LGV series kind of stopped. So it is cool to see that they are coming back with innovation. They're coming back with something different that we haven't seen before, right? And they're trying to compete with the two screens. You have the Galaxy Fold 1 and 2, which is a foldable phone, technically two screens, one on the outside, one bigger in the inside. You have the Surface phone that just came out that also flips into, you have two screens. They tried with the Velvet doing the two screens of one, the case, and then you put your phone and then you have two screens. But obviously that solution is more cumbersome because you have to buy an extra thing to use a second screen versus having one thing that has two screens. So they came up with this idea of the LG Wing. And it's a really cool looking phone. Don't get me wrong. Like, fact that you can flip it and it becomes a T and you have a screen. Some of the people that were holding the phone looked like a really big phone, though. In one of the videos that they showed, you could tell that the screen didn't go up all the way. Like, it didn't have a spring mechanism. Like, I feel like if I was flipping something, I would want to have that force that it just goes. And the fact that they're trying to figure out how to use two screens is also really cool. I like innovation. I'm tired of having just a bar phone that everybody has. So a phone is going to have in the back an array of 3 cameras, 2 telephoto lenses, and one 64 megapixel wide camera lens. The front is going to have a pop-up camera, so the camera just goes up and down. And the front camera is going to be 32 megapixels. The screen is going to be 6.8 inches OLED, and the secondary screen is going to be 3.9 inches OLED as well. And it makes sense that LG will be using OLED screens. They're OLED makers. Their TVs are great OLED TVs, and so the fact that they're using OLED on the phone is just really, really good. Hopefully there won't be any burn-in though, because that will ruin the experience. It's going to use that Snapdragon 760 5G. It's going to have 8 gigs of RAM. It's going to come with 256 gigabytes of storage. But the cool thing that they're doing is they're allowing you to expand the storage up to 2 terabytes. So it's really good, because if this is a phone that's being targeted to pretty much content makers, then you do need as much storage as you can get in order to be able to, make content. 4,000 milliamp hour battery. So the things that we still don't know about the LG Wing are colors. I mean, I know they show some colors on their video, and we don't know how much it's going to be. Of course, hopefully it won't be $1,400 like the Surface phone, like the Windows phone just came out, or $2,000 like Samsung's Fold. I think if this phone was to come out between $1,000 and $1,200, it's something that people will be more willing to buy. So I think the phone has pretty good specs. I feel though that putting like 12 gigs of RAM or 16 gigs of RAM would have been a better idea on this type of phone, especially if your focus is people who make content. You need as much, the more RAM, the better. It obviously seems like an experiment right now. It's a first generation phone, and so there's a lot that probably is going to change on version 2.0. I really hope that LG doesn't give up on this and try to temper the form factor of the phone or the looks of the phone like they did with the LG V series, and that they actually keep up on innovating on what this phone can do for the future. All right, that's it for this video. Go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell so you can be alert anytime we post new videos. Thank you very much for watching.